My name is Brian Kemp. I operate a 1,550 acre soybean and corn operation with my wife Cindy near Sibley in northwest Iowa. The operation has been in the family for 4 generations. Actually, one of the fields that we farm has been in the family for over 100 years. We have 2 grown daughters that have grown up on the farm. I actually began farming back 30 years ago when Cindy's father decided to retire. We're actually living on the farm that she grew up on. About half of our acres are planted to soybeans and half of our acres are planted to corn. This is my traditional rotation. By alternating between these crops, I reduce potential insect and disease problems. For the most part, I use the same equipment on both crops. Planting and harvest times are slightly different for both crops. It also helps spread out the machine and labor demands. Input costs for soybeans, seed and fertilizer are lower for soybeans than they are for corn. And I understand some producers are contemplating switching acres that they had intended to plant corn on to soybeans for that reason. A delay in the planting season due to rainy, wet conditions also favors soybean production over corn production. The soil moisture conditions are really good. The soil profile is full. Some of the neighborhood is starting to see some activity. There has been no planting done yet to my knowledge. It will probably be in the next week or 10 days that will begin. Outlook for the crop is good when you go into the season with a full soil profile and have what looks to be a good start on getting the crop in a timely manner. It looks like we have a good outlook for producing a good soybean crop. My farm life has changed very little. We have kind of socially distanced ourselves in agriculture for years. The way I interact with my input suppliers has changed somewhat. The banks, the elevator, where I get some of my inputs, the restaurants, the insurance offices have locked their doors, but they are staffed, and you can still conduct business with them, but it is not face-to-face, it has to be over the phone. Direct agricultural businesses like my implement dealer and some of my input suppliers are termed essential businesses. They are open for business. I'm receiving seed and fertilizer and chemicals on my yard. Those interactions have not changed quite so much. The big change due to COVID-19 in my life is the social part of my life. My wife Cindy and I only go to town when it's absolutely necessary. We minimize the amount of face-to-face contact when we do that, and we just are very cautious. I sense the whole farming community is very cautious at this point in time. It would be disastrous to many of us to get quarantined during planting season, and we're all very careful that we don't expose ourselves any more than we have to. The biggest influence on me having a successful crop is no different this year than it is other years. It's the weather. Soybeans are very particular. They need rain, but not too much rain. They don't grow well in saturated soils. They don't grow under excessively dry conditions. In August is pod set time for the soybean crop. If we can get a couple of timely rains in August, that really tends to boost the yields. So those are the main factors that will determine whether or not my crop is successful. Oh, we are looking forward to producing another excellent quality crop in 2020. My fellow producers and I have purchased our seed, high quality, high yielding seed. We're ready to get out with the planter and get it in the ground. We will spend the summer monitoring insect problems, disease problems, any of the pests. We will strive to get out on the combines and harvest a very high quality crop in a timely manner, and there will be an ample supply of soybeans for export in the fall of 2020.